How's it going, everyone? It's Daikin-san here, bringing you another Granblue Fantasy Versus Rising video. And last time we talked about why Nier is a very strong character and why a lot of people hate Nier. However, there's another character that a lot of people talk about within this game. They put him right alongside Nier, and that is Seox. So today we're going to be talking about why everyone hates Seox. This character is also very strong. A lot of people have been talking about him. Some people think he's even better than Nier, and they even think he has a good matchup against Nier. Let's talk about why people are talking about Seox and why this character is so strong. Alright, so just starting off with some of the basics, starting off with this character. He has the fastest walk and run speeds in the game, so he is very mobile as far as how he is able to traverse the neutral. So walking in and out of spaces is no problem for Seox because of his speed, and of course getting that gap, closing that gap is no problem for this character. So very fast character on the ground for sure. Seox also has pretty good startup and recovery on his normals, so while he doesn't have the best range on his normals, he do make up for it for his good recovery. So very fast recovery on his normals, and they're not bad as far as like their reach and stuff, as far as the things he could do with his kit. However, there's a couple of things with this character that a lot of people have taken note of that really makes this character shine, and that is very strong pressure. So a lot of you by now know that his 214H, his EX version, is plus. This is a plus move, and it doesn't actually like cross up the opponent, so you can't like overshoot it. It is pretty much unshootable, as you can see. You kind of just press it and you're going to get a move that is going to be plus. This is very good because this can bait out throws, and if he hits you with it, then you're going to be taking a lot of damage from this. So it's very good for his damage, and it's going to be good for him to actually start off his pressure as well because of the plus frames. The other thing that is very good for his pressure is this right here. So you guys see this as well. He has pretty good things from this. He could do something that's just safe, so just a safe ender. This is like -4 that you can really press here. That's really going to stop you, so he's good there. He has the plus frame version, which is this. So this is going to be plus. While it's not an overhead, it is another thing that is going to be plus for him. So we talked about 2 plus moves already that he has at his disposal, and yeah, this just makes it really good in tandem with his fast cooldown. So he has very fast cooldowns, which allows for him to basically rotate through his EX moves very quickly to continue to get more plus frames. So if you let something rock, then you basically just have to sort of give his turn back. Now, while the EX claws into the plus frames do have a gap, there are options he can do that don't have a gap, and there are certain things he can do depending on if he knows what you're trying to do. So for example, you have a DP, he can walk, he can basically go backwards, and this will bait out your DP. He can go behind you. Again, like I said, he can just go for the safe ender. So if you're mashing instead, that will hit you, and yeah, you'll definitely you know, be thinking about that next time. And of course, this version is going to be something that's going to be very hard just to deal with. So while there is a gap here, there isn't a mashable gap, meaning if you are not using a DP of some sorts, then it's going to be very hard for you to deal with this tool. So he just has very good ways to basically, you know, start his pressure. And a lot of people press their buttons with like 2L when they start trying to like press back, and this is a move that naturally just comes off the ground, so this naturally beats the pressable button that most people go to when they start trying to, you know, mash back. So you have to like stand to try to like on his things, which is like something that a lot of people don't do. So it makes where you have to like sort of fight him a little bit differently, because these tools force you to like sort of mash in a different way than a lot of people are probably used to. Now, putting on the frame data for a second here, just so you guys can believe me here, this character also has just more plus things to talk about. So he has an actual dive kick, which is his U, and this is going to be something that's going to be very good for stalling his momentum in the air, which also he has another thing with the stalls momentum in the air. Yes, he can do his EX fireball in the air, so he can like super jump at you and like cover a really good angle. And this is an angle that is very hard to deal with like where it's coming down. So it can be very hard for people to get away from this, or it has to like, you know, use a lot of space. You have to like retract a lot and lose a lot of space to allow that fireball to get off the screen, because if you block this, yes, he is plus, and he's going to just be able to come in and do whatever he wants. So this is going to be a very annoying tool to deal with. That's going to leave him very plus if this thing hits you on block, and of course if it hits you on hit, then obviously he's just going to combo from it. So it's very hard to deal with, and it can throw off your anti-air timing because it looked like he's coming down, but then he halts some momentum. Same thing with his dive kick. So his dive kick does the same thing. He can like super jump, and then like you think he's coming down, he doesn't actually come down, and this is actually plus depending on how it hits. So if you stay crouching, I think it's always plus. However, if you stand block it, then it's actually not that minus either. So you see at like worst is like -1. So it's not really bad for him if you block it. Like usually dive kicks, you have to try to aim it up below the knees, and then that's where you get the plus frames. Or if you aim it really high, it'll be pretty unsafe and an opponent can sort of punish it. But that is not the case with Seox. It is going to be like -1 at the absolute worst, or just straight up plus. So this is a very strong tool as well. And of course, he has his other sort of neutral skip thing, which is this, right? So he can do the regular projectile. The projectile is +1. Not really crazy because it's just a projectile from full screen at +1. That's not really something to write home about. But when he holds it, he can actually become the projectile. And this leaves him +2 in your face. So if you block it, he's plus. And if you get hit, it's a full-on combo. Just like that. So you can see how devastating it could be. Just getting hit by a projectile from full screen, you can lose a lot of life. So this character just has a lot of things going for him. And once again, having the ability to basically rotate your cooldowns because of how long things are, yeah, his combos is just very long. So you can just rotate his cooldowns very, very well, which just allows him to basically use sometimes even the same EX in a combo. So as you can see, he can do two 2-1-4 H's in one combo, and that's because how combo limit in this game works, which basically is a thing where once the opponent leaves the ground, things start to basically count towards the combo limit a lot more, or it don't really start until that point. But because a lot of his things leave you crouching for a long time, so you're still on the ground with this, you're still on the ground with this, the moment he does this is where it starts. But a lot of the things he's doing up until that point is a bunch of H's, and his first EX not counting towards the combo limit that much until you do the actual launch part of this. That means a lot of damage is happening while you're still on the ground, which doesn't count towards the combo limit for him. So very, very good thing as far as his damage go. And because he has short cooldowns, it allows for him to really, you know, tack on the damage when it comes to actually just spinning a lot of EXs and really making it hurt. On top of his strong pressure, his high mobility, his fast normals that we talked about, his good conversions, he also has just a really good neutral skill, which is this ultimate skill right here that actually leads into combo opportunities. So the fact that he gets combos off of this is very strong, and this tool is actually invincible as well. So not only does he have, you know, like the ultimate skill, which is this, the parry, so he has access to a very good parry, which we're going to talk about in a second, but he has access to an invincible option, which is going to be this wall hop right here. So this is very, very strong. Even outside of it, because you can just do it like this. So a lot of things you'll see, there'll be like setups where they'll do combos, and then after the combos they'll go into this, and this sets up for like a mix-up. So they could go for like a, you know, like a empty jump low, or go for any things. They do a bunch of things off of this where they set you up for like sort of a situation. So it is a very tricky tool to deal with once you're in the corner and they start going for the resets of this. It can be very hard to deal with, but naturally the actual U version is the one we're talking about, because this is the one that leads to full conversion on hit. While it's not plus on block, it is safe, but this leads to full conversion on hit, and it's very good when he has his back against the wall, because a lot of the times this tool can actually just cross you up and put you in the corner for a full conversion. Just like that. So you can see this could be pretty stupid to deal with, as you can see. And I'm not even doing the super skybound arch for any of the combos that I'm showcasing here, so the damage is even higher than what you're seeing. This is not the super skybound art. So yeah, this is a very strong tool, and just everything we're talking about is just very, very strong. It's like some of the most elite tools in the game. Now, despite all we talked about, we're still not done, because he has one of the best parries in the game. This parry is ridiculous. So it is guaranteed on hit, meaning there's nothing you could do once you actually touch this thing. There's nothing you could do to stop what's going to happen. Unlike another character like Lil Wayne, who you can like spot dodge, or say like Zeta, who has to like hold it. and like release it at a certain right time in order to get things off, is just pretty much guaranteed to just get a hit off. But he has a couple of things he could do from it. So off the light version, if he does nothing, it just does a hit. If he holds it, he can actually dash behind you. With the M version as well, he can just let it go, or he can just hold it and he can go for the jump. So while these options, the hold ones don't seem that crazy, it gets really nuts once you think about certain things that you can sort of parry and actually get full combos off of. And as you can see, that is where the party was about to start, right? So you can sort of go through certain things like EXs, like anything that has long EX recovery, or anything that's like a heavy. So if I like did a heavy here instead, I can punish them with my heavy. So this is a very, very good parry, on top of the fact that if you think about some of the other parries in the game, once again, using Lil Wayne and Zeta as the primary examples, they have to worry about high and low versions. So if we take Lil Wayne parry here and he actually does it, you'll see that it'll just naturally hit me if I press a standing button. However, it will lose to lows, as you see, because he actually has a parry that actually is supposed to beat lows. That is going to be his M version, as you see. So he does the M version, and then this one will actually beat lows. So he has two different versions he has to do. However, that is not a thing with Seox. He actually just covers both naturally on his regular parry. And once again, the hit is guaranteed for him, where unlike Lil Wayne, it is not. So against Lil Wayne, you can do this, you can super him, you can spot dodge it. You know, you can actually still interact with his type of parry. Same with Zeta's, depending on the things that you're doing to that character. She has to know exactly when to release. But versus this character, he doesn't have to worry about where you hit him, and he doesn't have to worry about you actually interacting once you actually hit it. This just covers both. So you see, if I do regular parry, it just hits, and if I go low, it just hits. So this means he doesn't have to commit to his EX one. While the EX one is probably better because it lasts, you know, it's just faster startup. It probably lasts a little bit longer. It recovers faster. So it does have some benefits, but you don't have to spin the EX because you're worried about guessing wrong with this character when it comes to utilizing his parry, which is another added benefit to all the other things that we just talked about. And the last thing we really didn't talk about is his 2U, which is also pretty good because of how low it actually gets to the ground. So not only is it special cancelable, so you could use it into like your EXs to, like, you know, go for plus range or actually combo from it, but it also just low profiles very well. So we take like a move like Lil Wayne's Spar Slash, for example. You know, you could use it with like Catalina or anybody. This move just goes very low, so it actually just goes under these tools, and that's why you get a lot of counter hits, because you just can't hit him. He's actually just getting that low. The hitbox, the hurt box just goes down along with him, and it makes it very difficult for you to actually hit him. And then yeah, he gets the full combo, or he gets the hard knockdown off of just mashing 2U. So very, very good 2U with the range that it covers, along with the ability to have special cancels off of it. That also could lead to plus range because, of course, you know, he has this. So very, very strong 2U for sure. And that pretty much covers everything I want to talk about why everybody hates Seox right now. This is a very strong character. Like I said, some people argue he is even better than Nier, but let me know how you guys think about this character. Do you think he is stronger than Nier? What tools do you think are his strongest? What tools do you want to see nerfed in what way, and how do you want to see them nerfed coming in the future of this game? I know we do have Lastilius coming, but there is no balance patch coming along with him, as we've been new. But I just want to hear what you guys think about for the future of how do we balance a character like this. As always, like anything I had to say, drop me a like. I greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, follow me on my socials. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you know the next video goes live. As always, my name is Dyken, and I'll see you next time. Signing out.